We are live, everybody. Welcome in to TB Sports 27 here with you guys on YouTube. And we are joining you guys right off of Crown Jewel. We just got done watching Crown Jewel, and we're going to do a little review here. We're going to go over the matches. I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments, in the chat. Jump in there and let me know what you guys thought about Crown Jewel. We're going to simulate the opening match here in the background. Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And we'll have that in the background while we talk about the show. And we got our first chatter. We got Eli joining us in the chat. Hello. Did you watch Crown Jewel? Let me know what you thought of the show. We kick things off with this match with Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. And to be quite honest, I thought we were going to get more title changes than what we actually ended up getting on the show. This being one of them. I thought with everything that Seth has been through, Seth's World Heavyweight Championship run has reminded me quite a bit about like what Kofi Mania was like. When Kofi Kingston won the championship at WrestleMania, he kind of went all out, and every week on TV was defending the title or having these crazy matches. That's what Seth Rollins been doing, and it's kind of been that same story that's been told where Seth Rollins nonstop has been having these matches on Raw where people are telling him to, Wade Barrett especially on commentary, saying, take a step back, Seth. Quit having the big match. Do like Roman Reigns does. Take a couple months off here or there. So I thought for sure going into this one that this is where the World Heavyweight title reign was going to come to an end. It did not happen. It was a really good match to kick off the show, but Drew McIntyre coming up short. Seth Rollins retains, and the World Heavyweight Championship reign will continue. We kind of saw a little bit after the match, Seth Rollins, still selling the back a little bit, the back giving him some trouble. But we saw backstage, it was Drew McIntyre who was kind of really beating himself up over what happened. And then you saw Rhea Ripley come by, gave him the side eye there to almost the I told you so. And, maybe we have a future Judgment Day member. They've been recruiting. They've been highly recruiting the Judgment Day. They haven't really had anyone to be able to commit to coming over, but they've been recruiting, whether it be Jey Uso or Drew McIntyre. Rhea Ripley is trying to build up the Judgment Day. So we got Zach joining us in the chat as well. Eli joining us. Eli, what'd you think of the opening contest? What did you think? Seth Rollins, are you excited? The Seth Rollins World Heavyweight Championship reign is going to continue? Or did you want to see Drew McIntyre get his big moment in front of the people, in front of, how many people do we have? 60, 70,000 at this show? Another jam-packed full stadium in Saudi Arabia. So that was your opening contest. Then we went on to the women's Fatal 5-Way matchup. Nia Jax, you had Rhea Ripley, of course, the champion in there. You had Raquel Rodriguez, you had Zoe Stark, all in the mix. Shayna Baszler as well, of course, in our universe mode. Shayna Baszler is our women's champion. But here in this one, she took the loss, and what an ending that one was in the Fatal 5-Way for the champion, Rhea Ripley, with the Riptide off the top. A 4-person sandwich with poor Shayna Baszler taking the worst of it and getting the loss. So it looks like on Raw, much of the same is going to continue here going into Survivor Series as the World Heavyweight Championship and the World Women's Championship staying right where they are. In the chat, Zach says we have a new United States champion. Yes, that came a little bit later on, but we'll go ahead and talk about it now. Logan Paul, 8 matches into his WWE career, knocks off Rey Mysterio and wins the United States champion in the United States Championship in what was an epic clash. I thought a really, really good match between those two. And just the years of experience of difference between a Logan Paul, who's only had 8 matches, versus Rey Mysterio, who's been wrestling since, he was 13, 14 years old, that's won multiple championships. see them go toe-to-toe. How about the ending of the match? It was, I don't know who that guy was. I'm not up to speed on all the Logan Paul friends and shenanigans, if you will. But Brass Knucks got brought in, and Santos Escobar comes out, chases, Logan Paul's buddy back, has the Brass Knucks, and then just sits him back in the ring. I'm not sure if that was done on accident or not. I think that might have been done on purpose, just my opinion on that. And I'm waiting for, I think we're getting Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio coming up here down the line. I still don't think Santos has forgiven Rey Mysterio for taking his United States Championship opportunity, and I don't know. I don't think that was an accident. I'll just say that with what Santos Escobar did. And then, of course, Logan Paul uses the Brass Knucks, and he tries to, quote-unquote, apologize to Ray. You're a legend. I love you, Ray. All that crazy stuff. Logan Paul, the winner. Eli saying that he feels Drew and Seth Rollins was the best match of the show. Cannot argue with that. Don't know if it's a good thing if your best match of the show is the first match, because then you got nowhere to go but down. What else we had? We had the Miz TV with Grayson Waller and the local movie star celebrity, which is kind of fun, kind of a fun moment there. We had the Women's Championship matchup, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair, and we saw the return of Kairi Sane. I gotta get used to saying Kairi. When she first came back, I was like, oh, it's Kairi. But then the announcers, Kairi Sane, you gotta get used after I've trained myself to just say Kairi for the last year or so. So she's back. There was speculation abound of a WWE return, but my goodness, I did not expect that. And is this the end of Damage Control now, as Kairi came out? At first I thought it was Dakota Kai, because you just saw her from the back, and of course you had Bayley out there, but it was Kairi, and costing Bianca the match, and talking about how Bayley was the one that took Kairi Sane out of action. Is this the end of Damage Control? Is Io Sky and Kairi Sane go off on their own, and Bayley and Dakota Kai go off on their own? I don't know, but crazy ending. Really good match. I thought Bianca was going to get counted out, but she rolls in. Io Sky hits the moonsault. Incredible stuff. Zach says we're going to have a Money in the Bank cash-in, but somebody stole Senior Money in the Bank's briefcase. Yes, we had Damian Priest come out, and this one was kind of interesting because I felt like there were better moments in the past couple of months where Damian Priest could have cashed in, but Rhea Ripley's kind of been telling him not to cash in. Here, it was a hard-fought match, but it wasn't quite, as physical as the Last Man Standing match or some of the other matches that he's had recently. And he came out, was ready to cash in, but Sami Zayn comes in, the interception. Our universe mode conspiracy continues to blow up in real life. Sami Zayn and Damian Priest, the conspiracy in our universe mode. They're doing battle in real life, and Zayn now stole the Money in the Bank briefcase. Didn't The Miz do that last year from Otis or something and was able to cash in even though he never truly had it or whatever? I don't know if Sami Zayn can use that briefcase or not, but Sami Zayn in possession. He's the Jay White of WWE. He's in possession of the Money in the Bank briefcase. Eli also thought that was Dakota Kai. I think to the hair, right? Because Dakota's got all the different colors. Kairi Sane had the blonde and the black and the purple all in the hair. So it kind of looked like Dakota from the back. Speaking of Damian Priest, I actually forgot this match was on the card when we were coming up at the end of the show. I thought we were getting ready for the Roman Reigns LA Knight match, but instead it was Damian Priest and it was Cody Rhodes. We had a lot of involvement from the Judgment Day, a lot of interference, but Cody comes out on top, gets the victory. We saw Crossroads on the announce table. We saw the Reckoning that was brought back by Damian Priest, but Cody Rhodes gets the win in that one. A really hard-fought match, and you wonder, you keep seeing the tease on Monday Night Raw of dissension within the Judgment Day as these losses continue to pile up here and there. And here's another major one where the loss happens. And you got Rhea Ripley trying to recruit Drew McIntyre. You got the big guy, Damian Priest, coming up with the loss. So who knows what may happen in that situation. Zach says, I cannot believe Roman Reigns still undisputed champion. So I texted my buddies this morning, and I getting excited for Crown Jewel and saying, I want LA Knight to win this so bad. I want him to win it so bad. I don't think he's going to because it's Roman Reigns, and he's been the most dominant champion in this recent memory. But man, I wanted LA Knight to have his moment. It wasn't to be tonight. He had him. I mean, if it wasn't for Jimmy Uso putting Roman Reigns' foot on the ropes, boy, LA Knight had him. And maybe we're getting LA Knight and Jimmy Uso coming up down the line. Maybe some involvement with the announcement of War Games returning to Survivor Series. But he had him down. The first spear that was hit, I thought LA Knight was done, but he got the shoulder up, kicked out, but could not come back from the second spear. Spear through the barricade, spear in the ring. Roman Reigns continues his domination in WWE, and you know, where does he go from here? You got Survivor Series that maybe you have War Games coming up. After that, we're going into the new year, and then it's basically Royal Rumble. I don't know if he'll have a defense at the Rumble. Well, you see what didn't happen in real life. Drew McIntyre is going to come away with the win in your simulation. Eli said he thought Roman Reigns and LA Knight was so bad. Wow, what did you think was bad about it? What didn't you like about that match? That's kind of interesting to hear. I didn't think there was really anything on the show that was I thought everything top to bottom was pretty good. Of course, you got the moments with, it's a 3.5 hour show, and I'm still not quite used to the pacing, having watched my whole life, that you get these big advertisements in the middle. Of course, I have the main Peacock, so we don't get the ads, but you get a lot of video packages and stuff, and the first 3 matches took 2 hours on the show. I was like, oh my God. So that's, that's something that's different to get used to. I will say that having all that downtime and all those packages did give me some time to play Breath of the Wild. So I knocked out a couple of shrines on Tears. I always do this. I do this every time. Tears of the Kingdom. I always call it Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom is the game, not Breath of the Wild. But I knocked out a few more shrines, so probably within the next couple of weeks we'll get back to playing Tears of the Kingdom and doing the last boss and maybe getting ready to take down Ganon. I was doing the little maze in the top right corner, if you guys know where that is, and yeah, there's some annoying monsters in there. I cannot beat the zombie Ganon or whatever. That guy he's a pain. So the other big match that we didn't talk about, John Cena, that one surprised me. Big match, John Cena coming up on the losing end to Solo Sikoa, and I think that's going to be the end of John Cena for some time, because he took the big thumb into the neck multiple times from Solo Sikoa. And yeah, I don't know if there's any coming back from that. I mean, he was kind of able to get out on his own accord, but he might be toast. He might be done. So Solo Sikoa, Bloodline continuing their domination over Crown Jewel. Zach says Survivor Series in Chicago. Of course, big rumors about CM Punk. In our universe mode, rumors are not rumors. They are official. CM Punk is back. So don't forget to check out our universe mode. We stream everything live on Twitch. We upload it here onto YouTube. CM Punk back in universe mode as part of the Heyman Empire. And we have a brand new boss of WWE. So make sure you guys check that out. If you guys missed the stream on Twitch and you want to know who won the Elimination Chamber to become the new boss of WWE, that entire show is up early and ad-free on our Patreon page. So do check that out. And that is going to do it here. Those were our thoughts on Crown Jewel. Help support the channel. Subscribe, follow on Twitch, Twitter, Patreon, all that fun stuff. We're not going anywhere, though. We are going to stream for probably the next 2 to 2.5 hours. We are heading over to Twitch. twitch.tv/TBSports27, and we're going to stream some Utah Utes football, Week 12 against Colorado, and the Big 12 championship game against Oklahoma. So head on over to Twitch, guys. Join us over there if you want to hang out for another 2 hours or so. Thank you, of course, to our Patreon supporters. Eli says, see you later. We're heading over to Twitch, Eli, so we're not going anywhere just yet. But thank you to our Patreon supporters. Join us over on Twitch. We're still going live, going strong. And we'll see you guys next time. Survivor Series, War Games coming up next. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys over on Twitch.